Hey yo, I'm Vu and welcome back to another episode of RimWorld. Let's get started, shall we? So what happened last time? Well, these guys happened. These very nasty people from where else but Crab's Craig. So you got it right this time. Crab's Craig, not Craig's Crab. Yes, that's right. We had a siege last time and that was a little disastrous, of course. Now, I know what we need to do. There is a lot of stuff we got to get done. Otherwise, people will die on us, and it doesn't look great. So, one big issue right now is these guys are coming. So, hopefully these guys will get inside, and we should be safe there. So, about you guys walking, you're attacking a dining chair. Sense of sculpture, I can understand, and you're attacking the mortar. What else? And you're just moving. Okay, we'll see what happens. Because we've all got all our defenses up for the time being. I don't think there's any holes or anything, so... yeah, they should be coming down here and our turrets should have a little bit of fun. So yeah, I think these guys are coming inside because they have no intentions to attack. Attacking wooden dining chair. Do we have a dining chair? Oh, what's that? Psychic drone. Winces in pain. Oh, how's that for the luck of the dice? And we're missing a door here. Okay, wooden dining chairs. How are we going to deal with this? Who can walk? Bertha can walk. Bertha, I don't know if you'll have the time to haul the blocks in to build a door. Well, let's see what happens. Well, we need a heavy door for starters, so let's go sandstone. And there is some near the door. I'm hoping that's sandstone. We'll have to see what happens. So we'll put that there and get Bertha on board and get this started. So please, can you do this in time? Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll get them into bed. Just see what happens. I don't think Bertha's going to make it in time. Maybe enough to haul a couple of blocks in. Or not. Come on, Bertha. Walk a little faster for us. And there is an auto door, so that does help. And box down. But they still walk through anyhow. And you're going to run now, aren't you? We dropped all the blocks in, so that's the start. So Bertha, yeah, I'm going to recruit you. I'm going to place you inside here. Hopefully avoid... yeah, your shield definitely helped there, and we'll avoid those guys just for the time being. So hopefully they'll disappear, and... yep, sorry, Oaks, we'll get you to patch up airs as well. Treat airs. Prevent any infections or anything worse happening. Whereabouts are you disappearing to? You're attacking a sandstone sculpture. You're moving. Okay, well, I'll let that be. And I want to let you disappear just a little bit before we get you to do something else, Bertha. Which is... yep. Build it quick. What are you doing? I'm hearing more guns. No, I don't like hearing guns when I don't know where they are. And you're doing... what are you doing? You're watching for targets. Okay, keep watching for targets. That's nothing too much to worry about. I'll let you try and build the door. You're not going to build the door in time, are you? What does Hatfield have as in terms of weapons? Survival rifle, so you shouldn't go melee on us. Shouldn't. Nope, you've just completely avoided us. Well, let's see if we can build the door in time. How much work have you got? 65. We won't build the door in time. And Lith, what have you got now? You're attacking the multi-analyzer. Please leave the multi-analyzer alone. I don't want to have to rebuild it. Because I don't think we have any gold left in our stockpiles. By the looks of it, no we don't. And yet Bertha didn't get the door completed at all. That's a shame. Oh well, what are you doing, Lith? Now you're just moving around, watching for targets, so yeah, Bertha might take a few hits. Yeah, but of course the shield's going to help us quite substantially here, keeping Bertha protected while building the door. So I'm going to let that continue. So Oaks need to be patched up, malnutrition moderate, blood loss minor. What else? I think Oaks, yeah, Oaks is still needing to be patched up, and Ayers needs to be patched up. A lot of patching up to do. And given that everyone's inside the base now, I think it may be worth not finishing off this door. So I'm actually going to stop that, and I'm going to tell Bertha to ignore the people. For one, we don't want them to run away. Don't want her to run away. I want you to haul the meals in, because people are suffering malnutrition, and if we're not careful, they're going to die from it. So let's not let you consume it, but you're on... oops, need to leave you unrecruited to do this. Let's get you to haul the survival wheels in. So hopefully you'll be fine to do it. Yeah, and since you're not running away from everyone, we're fine. Awesome. So continue doing that and we'll see how things turn out. It's a little unfortunate that we're going to have to let them deal with Oh, that's interesting. I was going to say, because these turrets just don't have the range, unfortunately, to hit them on the other side. They do have the range. What's going on? Hold fire, build copy. Of course, the Mega Spider is their target over everything else here. Can't change fire, can I? By the looks of it, no. So you're just going to attack anything. Yeah, because in theory, you'd be able to attack these guys, and that would be very nice. Saves us from having to worry about them, and yeah, you're going to continue attacking the sculpture. Please stop. At least we've got one sculpture in size. Okay, Fu has got an infection. Even after patching you up, I am kind of surprised, but given the amount of damage that's happened... yeah, immunity 0... Oh wait, I actually got worried there for a second because I read the immunity was 0 and I'm like, immunity 0%? Wait a second, what does that mean? In the kidney, you're not going to gain immunity? But no, if it was under the shredder, then that might mean something. But since it's under infection, that's just saying the percentage. So that's nothing too much to worry about there. So that's infection and psychic drone. Yep, 2 great things to deal with. So hopefully Bertha can grab some food, and we can at least feed our colonists once they're done attacking people. Or our guns, which are now attacking the sieges. And that is 1 turret down. Wow, I don't think they've taken any hits, have they? Okay, you've taken 1, and don't know if that was a turret though. You're missing a right arm. What about Lith? Left eye was shot out, and yeah, no injuries there. Well, it's a shame we've lost our turrets now. I'd love it if they could just sort of like disappear or something right now. That would be nice. And I can't change which turret this which way this turret's firing. No, I probably can't. Well, we'll let it be and see what happens. There we go, that's all our turrets down. This isn't looking very good. Bad moods, infections, people still needing to be patched up, moderate malnutrition. Hopefully both of them can grab the food and come back in time. It is a bit of a distance as well. Now you're attacking the Megatheriums. Now that ain't cool. Those Megatheriums have been around for quite a while, and oh, now there's fire. What do you... No. Can we have a thunderstorm, please? Stop setting fire to things. Just disappear, and Fu's got another infection. This isn't looking too well. I'd love it if we could put Fu in Lurch's bed, because that may turn out better. Let's see, poorly sutured, poorly bandaged. Yeah, there's nothing too much to worry about there except pain, and Oaks is going to bleed out on us. Unless one of these guys can actually stand up sometime soon. And also get fed. That's another important thing. So yeah, Bertha, you have grabbed the 10 food, so we just need to get someone to warden. Is it warden? No, it's not wardening, is it? No, it is wardening. So if they warden, or I think it even might fall under doctoring. Let's see. Doctoring, yeah, because it's feed patients is what I'm looking at. Because I want to make sure people are fed while they're in bed. I'll have to see how it goes, but please don't burn everything down. And also, maybe we can move these Megatheriums out a little further. So if we recreated a zone, no, we created a new zone for the animals. So manage areas, a new animal area 3, and let's restrict them all to there, and we'll place it somewhere that is a bit of a distance away. So animal area 3, might place it, say, up here. Think that should be fine. Then our animals should start moving. Yeah, it's unfortunate they've already taken a few hits. Quite a few hits. That's a very large menu there. And, oh, you've cut off the left arm and you've cut out the right eye of our baby Megatherium. Please stop. And, yep, fire's going to happen. Awesome. Exactly what we needed. Okay, well, is Ayers fully patched up yet? Only one more wound left. Hopefully Bertha's back now. Awesome. So at least we might be able to feed people if Ayers does not break. That's a very big if. Megatherium 1 has been shot to death. Darn it. I think that is, what is it, maybe our first Megatherium death? Whereabouts is it anyhow? Oh, it's a baby one. Is it the baby? That can't be the baby, is it? Spills, body parts missing, Amy, Megatherium 1, sister. Nah, so it was one of the baby ones. It's interesting it's been called 1. Because, yeah, that was the baby. Oh, not exactly what I want, but free food, so I can't complain there. But hopefully these guys can leave and stop burning everything down, because that's kind of frustrating. That's all our food as well. So yeah, Bertha, what are you doing? Oaks, you're beating fire out. Probably not the best timing for it, and yeah, also poor results on the patching up. I think we might need to try and skew you up a little bit when it comes to doctoring. Let's see, doctoring or medicine is at a 5. Not very high, but hell, might get some food and visitors. Few items to trade. Well, that's not anything too fantastic, but no, first things first, we're going to turn off the firefighting, because I'd rather that people get doctored and other things really need to take priority first. So firefighting, we'll turn it off just for everyone for the time being. I will flick it on at a later point. So Oaks, recruit, unrecruit. Let's see if we can get you to walk into this room, because that's where the food's going to be. At least you can eat something. So yeah, get in and get you to consume a package survival meal. Should be enough. So how's everyone going in terms of their health? Malnutrition, moderate, minor, severe. Okay, so Lurcher needs to be fed first, so hopefully Oaks, you can pull this off without going crazy. Yeah, not looking good, but the food should help with this staffing attribute. In any second now, would be nice. Yep, starving but acute pain and everything else. Brilliant. Well, feed Lurcher and we'll see how this goes. Yeah, grab the food and work on that. Work it out. Yep, but I'd love these guys to sort of leave about now. There can't be too much more fire that there's that they want to set, right? Please? Oh, I feel like I'm handling this very badly, but I don't think there's too much else I can do without letting other colonists die. But no, so Lurcher's being fed now. Oaks, you're going to go and rest. How about feed Airs now? And then feed Foo. Or maybe even treat Foo. That might be a good idea. Can Lurcher walk now? I think Lurcher can. Oh, you can walk now. Oh, yeah, because the notifications at the top wasn't looking up there at the time. Okay, that's a good thing. So Lurcher can actually doctor, so maybe you can go and strip Foo? No. We want you to treat Foo. I think that's the best thing for her right now. And yeah, we'll let that fire spread. We can't really deal with it. Unfortunately, that is a lot of our food. But at least we have some packaged survival meals to work with, and I'd love if these guys decide to disappear. Lurcher, what are you doing? You're tending to food. You are walking where? I'm going to forbid that medicine, and I want you to try again. Mainly because you're having to walk past people. I'm not too keen on them attacking you, so yeah. Treat Foo, and maybe on the next treatment or something we can get you the proper medicine, you know, when these guys leave. And oh, nice. Bertha's fully healed, and what are you about to do? You're going to haul a cephalopede to the dump site. No, that's not going to happen. Maybe, actually, you do have a shield. Maybe we can at least stop some of our crops from burning. That's why I can't even prioritize you. So you need to have the work available, and you can't firefight, so never mind. What are we going to do? We're going to bait you? No, I'm not too keen on the idea of baiting. I'll let you be and see what happens. I'm going to go and play horseshoes. Will you beat out that fire if you're standing there? No, you won't. And yeah, since you got the shield, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. So Bertha, hold on for a little longer, and you're going to go and rest in the medical bed. Don't have an issue with that. You need to be patched up next as well. So your blood loss is still minor. Okay, so it looks like we're safe for the time being, and yeah. Bertha, we're obviously fine with the shield and everything. And also more visitors. Well, the visitors would be nice if A, we had items to sell and they had actually, you know, maybe we could do the trader's defense or the visitor's defense in this case. Sort of use them as our human shield. And that's actually going to burn down that other battery down the bottom. And of course Bertha can't doctor. Doctor or firefight, which is nice. And leave that door alone. It's a good door to a very nice prisoner room. Yeah, and Bertha of course will obviously stay fine with the shield. So yeah, continue playing horseshoes and that should help with your mood. Yeah. Okay, so Lurch, your feet treating Foo, yep, and Airs. I can't tell if Airs can walk. You still can't walk, okay. Tyron, what are you doing? You're attacking a marble door. Where do we have a marble door? It's nice to know it's probably one of these outside walls, I think. Yeah, because the rest of these are all wooden doors. Okay, well that's nice to know there. I'd love it if these guys could leave sometime soon, honestly. Yeah, Fu is, and Bertha is not taking any hits. Okay, Airs can walk again. Okay, excellent. Airs, let's get you to treat Oaks now. Hopefully Oaks won't bleed out, and hoping for no infections either. You're going to haul Tashi to the dump site, right? That's right, because that is the one of the Sarcophagi is broken because of Tyron. Can you guys just leave now? I would love to attract you, but everyone needs to be patched up and also be able to walk and have weapons. Actually, with that said, we do have the rain happening, so that puts out the fire for us. And we are now getting the visitor's defense. But, oh, Bertha, that was a really bad idea to walk there. At least your shield regenerates relatively fast. Okay, we're going to keep things going and see how this turns out. Dali, what are you doing? You're igniting power conduit. Oh, if it's outside, I don't mind, because, well, the rain kind of helps put things out for us. Or you're going to shoot these guys. That is another option, if you want to do that. So Fu, yep, it's been treated and everything's been patched up. Awesome. Lurcher, severe malnutrition. You're going to feed Fu. Also won't complain there. And Oaks, you're going to be patched up. Blood loss is moderate. Not too happy about that, but I'll let it be. And yet the tribespeople have died. Hopefully that's not on our heads. But it is a needed distraction. So Bertha, what are you doing? Yep, you're hauling the cephalopod or the cephalopede or whatever you want to call it. No, not the research bench. Leave the research bench alone. Can we use anyone to attack them? I really don't think so. We need Lurcher to feed Fu, otherwise Fu might starve to death. And Oaks needs to be patched up, which requires airs, and that's everyone who can fight. Okay, we'll let it be for the time being. If they decide to break it, we can always just do something about it. No, this is painful to watch. Painful to see them doing really stupid stuff. And actually, Bertha, I'm going to change your priority. As much as I love the fact that you're hauling, which is going to be useful, actually, medicine. Let's do that. Haul the medicine inside, and I think none of those guys will be grabbing the medicine anyhow. Because that's something useful you can do. Yep. And then I'm going to actually flick the hauling down a little lower. So where are you, Bertha? Put it down to a 4, lowest thing, so you still can do it, but I'd rather you work on other things first. So Lurcher, what are you doing? You're changing pants. Food's been fed, malnutrition severe. Okay, I think we can pull through still. What are you doing? You're cleaning now, and we have an infection. Airs. Thought we got you treated in time, but obviously not. That's probably also luck of the dice as well. Okay, you guys can keep on attacking. I won't stop you. But hopefully we can get a second villager's defense here. And they have given up and they're leaving. Awesome, that's exactly what I wanted to happen. I wish they did it ages ago, honestly. So whereabouts are you going to wander to? Okay, so you're still attacking things. And you're leaving, awesome. Hopefully Lith can stop that sometime soon before we lose our sculptor's table, which is like 1 hit away. Darn, it's 1 hit away. There it goes. Well, we lost the sculptor's table, but people are quote-unquote relatively fine, and yeah, you've just decided to run away. Try it again. Go ahead, Lurcher, have some fun. You deserve it for not dying on me, like a lot of people have done on us already. Which is somewhat unfortunate, of course. And more infections on Air. Airs is not having a great time, is he? Or is they? Are they? There we go. So yeah, Oaks can actually get out of bed now, so we're going to let you get out of bed. And Airs, we're going to put you into bed. Make sure those infections don't increase. I'd rather Fu gets in that bed. Who goes first? Okay, Airs in bed. Airs is closer. And then we'll get someone to patch them up. Should be good. Now there is medicine available, and I'm very sure Oaks will decide to use it. So with that, we'll place... Where is the medicine? That's in this room. We'll place Oaks over here, and then they'll be able to grab the medicine when I tell them to patch up Airs. Should be in a second once Airs keeps moving into bed. There we go. Okay, unrecruit, and you can treat. Grab some medicine and continues on moving. Awesome. So that's 5 meals. What are you doing, Tyron? No, what are you doing? You're igniting electric stove. No, you're not. Bertha's gonna continue constructing that door, and we won't get it done in time, will we? I thought you were planning to leave, honestly. You are from Crab's Craig and they were fleeing. Okay, who can we grab now? Bertha, Ayres, Oaks, and Lurch. Lurch is going to go and meditate. In terms of mood, that's probably required. Oaks does have a weapon, sniper rifle, that's not going to be any use to us. And Bertha can't fight. Ayres needs to be treated first, lest the infections get higher. I think we're going to have to let you ignite the stove. Or you're going to hit Bertha. No, I didn't want you to do that. Bertha, run away. Because you can't take the hit. And actually now you're fleeing. Okay, Bertha. Try it once more and we'll get you to continue working on this door. That will stop them wandering in our base. Yeah, okay, well that was weird. I have absolutely no idea why that happened. And a berserk by Oaks. Well, as long as you don't bash down Ayres, I think we'll be fine. You're going to bash down Ayres. Right, not the right person to do so, Oaks. They're kind of bedridden right now. Okay, how about Ayres? Ayres is no longer incapable of walking. And as soon as Oaks hit them, now they can't walk. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay. Let's see. What can we do? What can we focus on? So far, our food is fine. Oh, and quote-unquote fine, because we can grab some more packaged survival meals, so we shouldn't have to worry about malnutrition. Oaks is gone berserk, and that's going to be painful to deal with him. Or them. Her. So, let's see, if we beat them down, there isn't too great a risk of them dying from a hit. In terms of Ayres might, especially because we need to treat the infection, and yeah, Fu cannot take any more hits. Oaks might actually decide to attack Fu after attacking Ayres. That might not turn out, so maybe we might use Bertha for a bit of a, better say kiting, but I don't think that's what I'm thinking of. So we'll get Bertha over here and see if we can get just Oaks to chase us around, a game of it. Or tag, or whatever you want to call it. What is it called? It's probably tag. So yeah, are you going to attack me, or are you just wandering? Or rather, if you attack Bertha. Maybe we will just stand in front of Oaks. Nope. No, just doesn't want to. Okay, well, you're leaving Fu alone, so I don't care now. Bertha, continue working the door. I think we'll be fine. Ow, just as I go to stretch, you decide to attack Bertha after just literally walking into her for like 5 times. So yeah, Bertha will run away and hopefully be fine. Only a couple of bruises. But yeah, no, if you could chase me, that'd be nice. You're watching for targets, and Bertha is not a target. Try it again. Just don't go towards Fu, because I can't do anything about her, because she will die if you do hit her, so let's not let that happen. Yep, okay. Lurcher, malnutrition moderate, is no longer incapable of walking. Oh, awesome. So, are you hungry? Because I'll force you to eat. Not hungry, so I'll let you be. What else can we do? Don't think there's anything else we can worry about there. So with that, and we also can't get you to treat yourself, can you? Can we? No, we can't. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. I'll let Bertha continue working the store, and you can stay in bed for the time being. Fu shouldn't need to be treated again? No. Okay. Phew, so we're still kicking, which is nice. Really glad about that, and Lona, yeah, still shredded, but will slowly heal up over time. Probably better with a bed rest as well when I think about it. No, we'll let that be, and yeah, most of our crops are still here, which is awesome. So they will continue to grow and hopefully give us food, but no, Oaks has decided to get an infection. Yeah, we can't do much about you, and I'm certainly not going to try and beat you down, given the number of bruises and things we'd have to patch up if that happens. Oh, actually, you're attending to Ayres. Excellent. Okay, that's one other thing dealt with. I think only other thing I can think of doing for the time being is grabbing Bertha and getting her to haul in some more meals for us. Yeah, don't like the fact that Oaks is just wandering around with that sniper rifle. It's gonna doesn't leave us in a very strong position, especially with 3 people in the room. If you walk over here, we won't be able to do anything about it. Yeah, just leave us alone. And visitors are leaving. Right. Not the best time, and once again we're out of power because I think the entire base is powered off of just this turbine. Right now, so Lurch. I wonder if you can... Okay, so we've got this door in. The next thing we'd have to do is get this wall, and that's a lot of work. So no, well, I'll let Lurch do what they need to do and see what happens. Okay, one of the Megatheriums is sick now. We are not having a good time, are we? So we restrict the animal to just the home area. And hopefully they'll get patched up within their own time. And yeah, you're going to run away from Oaks. How about if I get up and... I'm guessing you're trying to go to Foo, aren't you? Or not? I'll unrecruit and see what happens. I'm just recruiting you to run over. And yeah, you Oaks will leave you alone. Oh, come on, Oaks. Let them be. They've had shredded body parts, which is probably going to give you some pretty nasty scars when I think about it. Okay, so Foo can walk again, so that means probably the torso is above half. Yep, okay, which is good. Infection is major. Not too keen on that now. So, Airs, I'm going to get you out of bed. Over here. And Foo, I'm going to get you to rest in this bed. Also, that's a bad door to go out of. Can I get you towards the door? And hopefully Oaks is standing right outside. Come on. Leave Foo alone. Okay, and now Foo is down again. Okay, Airs, let's get you to rescue Foo. Nope. Okay. I'll let that be. No, but no, Foo needs to stay in bed, seriously. And we'll get you to rest in the other bed. Because the medical bed, of course, helps quite a lot more. Yep, and Megatherium 2 has died because of blood loss, which means we're down to 2 Megatheriums. Both of which are the same gender. Female, which doesn't help. Well, that's the end of the line for them too. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Well, we're still kicking, so maybe we can get another one in some period of time, but we can at least treat the ones that are around the place. Yep. And Oaks is, yep. Berserk's come to an end, and we'd have to make sure to treat the infection. And major untreated, yep, but you're on a proper medical bed. It's major and you're only at 25% immunity. Yeesh. That's not great. I'm wondering, is there anything we can do? Well, it's too late to treat you with medicine because you've just treated. Think Airs, minor. We have power here. Because we do have one other, was it, I'm going to say health packet. It's not a health packet, it's a medicine, a block of medicine. Is it only one? Please say there's more on the map. There's only one bit of medicine outside, and there's of course more meals. Which I won't forbid these as well. I'd rather if they get hauled in. That said, let's change Bertha, because Bertha is fine to do the hauling again. Where am I looking? Work. There we go. So Bertha, well, I didn't intend to click on you, but okay, never mind. I clicked on you. I know you got a couple of bruises, but I'm pretty sure you can get some work done for us. So that, Bertha, try it again. Gonna need to haul in the bulk of the packages. I think you can only carry 10 at a time, so you should collect both stacks there. Which should be good for us, and yeah, we'll leave this medicine outside for a little longer, so it won't disappear anytime soon, yep. Okay. Let's go through the list again. See, does anyone need patching up? Does anyone need to be worried? Do we have to worry about anyone? There we go. But looks of things new. Most people have got infections, of course. It's very tempting to remove Foo's right arm and left kidney, just for the sake of them not dying to an infection. If it gets too extreme, maybe I'll try, because it's at 31% immunity. That's not long enough. Who is the best doctor then? If we were, in theory, just thinking about it to remove their body parts, who would be the next best person? Probably is, by the looks of it. Let's see, 13, 12, with a lot of passion. And that's Foo. Yeah, so it has to be Airs. So Airs, can Airs actually walk? I think everyone can walk right now, but the minor infections doesn't help. And the same thing I think we can do for you is we can remove your stomach and left arm. That said, we would actually have to replace your stomach, otherwise you would die on us, because you couldn't eat. And your malnutrition probably would leave you in a state where you couldn't eat. Well, you'd die very fast because you've no stomach. Anyhow, let's wait for both to get back and see what we can do next. Oh, that is nice. The psychic drone is ending. I've also just sent the animals to go outside because we don't need them inside and eating our food. Right, who was that? Ez. You know, just the person I actually wanted to work on Fu in just a second, just so we can remove both the left kidney, because you've got 2 kidneys, and your right arm. Because I don't think we're going to make it in time in terms of the infection. So, let's see, Oaks. Yeah, as major and untreated infections, immunity is 50%. And I'd rather you stay in bed as well. I wonder, Oaks, if we can just beat you down like so, and Lurch, whereabouts are you? You're over there. Also, try and get you to melee attack as. Second thing we'll do is Bertha. Can we get you to hold the medicine? Because that would be great. We could use it on Ayers. Maybe Ayers could pull through. So yeah, hold the medicine in, and that's step 1. Yeah, so you guys keep on punching each other and doing your thing. What are we going to do with you two? Or you three? Well, what are we going to do with Ayers, I should say. Yeah, there we are. Dealt with them. Oaks, go and rest until healed, and... what am I doing? What did I tell you to do? Rest until healed, yep. And Lurch, go and rescue Ayers. That should be fine. Oh, never mind. Tending to Ayers, that is fine. And I guess you're going to go and treat the infection. Or are you treating the bruises first? I think you treat the bruises first. Well, I guess we'll see what happens when we can speed things up a little. Like now. No, so you're going to treat all the bruises and stuff first. Bit of a shame. I would have preferred the infections. And who's breaking? Fu's gone bad. Time, I wish I could keep Fu in bed. Major infections, immunity at 50%. Still not high enough. If we can get to like 70 before it hits extreme, then we're safe. From memory. Not looking forward to this. We're going to have to beat down Fu. Fu is healthy, so this should turn out fine. And yeah, both of those infections are major and untreated. Eek. And also, Oaks has a major infection in the torso, and we can't exactly remove that. Everyone's going to die to infection, I think. Darn it. Where did we go wrong? I would really love to know. Oh, I can't really do too much. I'll have to let them be and just see what turns out. I'm going to be really surprised if that's what kills us. Just infections. That we, of course, have treated before. And, of course, you can't pick on Bertha right now. Okay, Lurch, go and melee attack Fu. Can't have this happening. And Bertha, you can just soak up a few hits for now. Because you can't fight and you can't do anything useful. Why is it the people who can do things are the people who aren't useful? You know, they seem to always escape everything. Okay, now rescue Fu, put them in the medical bed. Awesome. Now, I wonder... yeah, don't need to be treated there. So if you don't use the medicine, that would be nice. So, recruit... actually, wait a second. Does Ez has been patched up there, and Oaks... both major. Right. Let's save the medicine for the time being, and... because I'm wondering if the medicine doesn't a full body effect. From my understanding, it doesn't. It just applies it to the healing session that you're currently doing. Well, it's worth a shot. Maybe we'll just unforbid it and see what happens. So, Lurch, go and treat Fu, you grab the medicine, and we'll continue moving on. Which is fine. Okay, minor break risk. Who is it? Bertha and Oaks. Just hold on. Just gotta hold on. There's nothing more we can do. And actually, yeah, we got some good patches. Excellent. The advantages of having medication around. Or medicine, I should say. Yeah, because all these heal route are going to take days to get done. Too long for any of our people to use. And major and untreated. Okay, it was treated this time. And now it's hit extreme at 70. I wasn't too far off, I guess. And of course, we've run out of power for all of this. It's not looking good. No. Whoa. Lurcher, sorry, it's not your bed. Lurcher is fine. You don't have any infections, because that's the biggest issue right now. So yeah, Fu stays in bed. And look at that. Lurcher is fully healed without doing a single thing. God damn it. Okay, how about this? Let's get Lurcher to... because there's a couple of cables that we're missing. Luckily, the battery didn't burn down. because I don't think we could have done anything about that. So power cables are missing. Closest cable, smallest amount of work would have to be these two sections. Yeah, because all those have cables around. So if we can get Lurcher to work on those two, maybe we can get more power to the main base and keep the vital monitor going. Did you actually work on those two? No. Just one more. Come on, please. Is that then all the power that we need to the base? It is. What am I saying? Still missing two up here. Then we're safe. Then that makes a connection up to the top section, which is what we need. So no, sorry Lurcher, one more time. Get the work done, just don't go and snap on me. Big thing right now, just don't snap. And also finish building it. I think that's all the power. Yeah, it is. Awesome, so that's set up. I'll let you do your own thing, and yeah, because no one needs to be treated right now. Food's no longer incapable of walking. Nice to know. But these extreme infections don't fill me with a lot of confidence. I really think maybe removing the arm would be the right thing to do. Removing the arm and removing the kidney. And Lurcher doesn't have the skill to do it, so it would have to be Is it Airs? I think it was Airs. Yeah, Airs, but when it comes to their infections, actually they're not doing too badly for staying in bed. Maybe we can pull it off after all. I think Airs we can definitely pull off, but Foo's going to be very close. Too close for my liking. Foo might actually die. That's not going to happen. Foo's going to be useless if we remove their arm. And there's no herbal medicine, so of course we can't. Never mind. Looks like I was trying to take a stab in the dark, and I hit someone accidentally. And, oh, what have we got? Plague. Plague? This game does not want us to stay alive, does it? It's like, you've hit this much wealth, we're just going to destroy you. Which I think these episodes have sort of been dragging on with the amount of just disastrous events which have been happening. Now, I don't know... Plague. Immunity 28%, manipulation -5, plus 20, pain. Eek. That's not great. Okay, well, I guess step one is to get you to treat Foo, first thing. Yeah, mine are untreated, and we still got these other infections, which still have a chance of killing Foo, unfortunately. Yeah, so you're patched up. Maybe we can mark this as medical. That might mark... It is an outside bed as well. I don't want to build a copy, no. Let's get you to rest until healed, and then someone else can go and treat you in a second. Probably someone like Oaks who will die. Darn it. Try it again. And it's already a minor infection, the plague. Wow, that moves fast. Wait. Because it was at initial and then it went to minor. Damn. Damn, that really kills. Sorry, okay. Let's weigh this up again. Oaks is at 78% immunity, is resting in bed, which provides, 110 immunity gain speed factor. We know that roughly 70% is enough in a medical bed, which I think is slightly higher, which is, 116, but probably also the +2 with the immunity gain factor. So it's 118 on a bed, 110, 70%. Extreme untreated 78. Probably won't pull out of it. I'm just trying to work out, does Oaks treat Lurch or does Lurch treat Oaks first? Really depends. Okay, Lurch, try this out. So don't feed Oaks. Try treating Oaks and we'll see how this turns out. Lurch might not make it because of this. Yeah, but as long as you're going to treat the bruises first. The day would come, and the day has come. Damn. That's pretty much my only response. Through thick and thin, Fu has been there. But unfortunately died of infection at 93%, and the plague is going to kill us. So I think Fu, maybe apart from Bertha, was one of the first colonists here. Wow. Okay, we need to get off this hellhole because this place is killing us. And yeah, Oaks is treated. Maybe we can grab Airs. Extreme and untreated. Nope. You're going to go and treat Airs first. Let's see if maybe a few other people can survive, and then we'll call it an episode. Nope, there we go. Oaks is now dead. Ayers has been treated. The infections... oh, actually, you also can't walk. I want to put them in the proper medical bed, and Lurch, minor untreated. So the possibility that Ayers, of course, gets the infection, but we'll just see how this turns out. Damn. I don't know if we could have done any better in this episode in terms of treating people, but no, can we... Don't want to strip. What's going on? Oh, that's a big menu. Where am I looking? I am looking for treating. Somewhere in this list there is a treating, there is a hauling, there's a feeding, there's a cleaning. There's probably no treating because you've already been treated, and yeah, Lurch has to stay in bed. Right. You know, Bertha, why couldn't it be you? Why couldn't you have died to save Fu's soul? Well, I guess the one good thing about this is we can actually put Fu in a medical... Oh, in a medical casket. In a proper sarcophagus. And Eclipse, yeah, we know about that. Thanks. Just setting the obvious, and yeah. Wow, the colony has got even smaller. Okay, Ayers has died because of infection. Ayers? But we put you in proper medical bed. Wow. So we've just got Lurch, who has a minor untreated plague, and there is no one about that can treat you. Absolutely no one. Bertha can't do anything despite being a nurse. Please don't leave me on this earth with Bertha. That would be kind of disastrous. Please no. Don't let this happen. Part of me is very tempted to try and replay this episode, but I suspect this won't turn out too much different. Probably the only thing is maybe I might save one extra person from infection, but that's it. Game over. Yeah, I'm probably... Let's see. Major untreated. Immunity is 46%. That said, you are going to tend to Bertha out of all things you could do. I'm going to maybe do a bit of a jump. I'm going to force Lurcher in bed, and it's probably just... Yeah, I'm going to do a bit of jump. I'm going to let Bertha do their own thing, and Lurcher can stay in the medical bed. Given that no one can treat Lurcher, if Lurcher dies, then we're going to mark this as the finale for this season. Death by infection. That's probably could be the title for this episode. Is that going to be... Oh, I'm getting distracted. So I'll do a jump and we'll find out what happens. Or you'll find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or maybe you won't. Lurch has decided, hey, it would be great to beat on Bertha. So that means major plague, 53% immunity. Unless that improves to, like, the ballpark number I normally say is 70 or something %. Lurch isn't going to be in a good position, so... This is probably the time where you get a double fast forward speed, so enjoy. That said, I could actually move Bertha, and that might save her a little bit of pain, so let's move her somewhere over here. Or not, I may have been too late. Yep. Okay, thank you for telling me, that's a lot of messages. I heard you the first... Okay, leave it alone. I heard you the first time, messages. And yep, Bertha is down, so yep, once again we'll go for another fast forward and see how this turns out with Lurcher. Because Lurcher is really the only person who can do anything, but the plague kind of ends it for us, so... Well, Lurcher's berserk rage has come to an end, but is obviously down on the ground. So, unless someone gets up, no one can fetch her, and no one can put her into bed, and we'll die. So, I'll see you guys in a second. Sigh, sad face, the end. No one but one person, Bertha, one of the most useless colonists I have ever met or had the opportunity to work with. And with a sad sigh, once again, we're going to leave this as the end of this colony. It's somewhat unfortunate, but I realised that once the bugs hit, given how long we took to deal with them, it was inevitable that everything else would kill us in the long run. Now, in terms of the infections, I don't think we would have been able to deal with them too much better. Or much better. On previous infection stretch, the previous infection cycle that we had before, we had the chance of having a lot of heal root or a lot of medicine around, a lot of herbal medicine. But this time we don't, and yeah, Bertha can't get off the ground. So once again, we'll do a second jump, and the colony is, well, or we will be dead. I think Bertha is... probably not, actually. Colony won't die because Bertha will be able to get off the ground within time. But I'm going to call it quits. It's unlikely that this game will get any easier from this point on, and with one colonist, I think that will start to make for a little bit of a dull episode, managing one person, and yeah. Our demise. Clear, distinct drops whenever a raid hits. So obviously I need to work on the sieges better next time. Sieges, what else? Bugs. I gotta say those bugs are a little bit OP, but I think there is patches involved with them. Does that make sense? Patches involved with them. I think there are patches for the bugs. I don't know if that's already happened. I don't know, but I do think they're a little overpowered. So maybe next time we'll work out a better way to deal with these guys and the rest of the colonists. And yep, now Bertha's exhausted on the ground. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. A little bit of a sadder episode and a little bit of a... Well, it wasn't too bad of a finale, I might add. So if you have anything to say, feel free to leave it on in the comments below. So, as I've said in the past and will say in the future, I'll see you around sometime.